All right, everybody, on behalf of Trident Title, Performance Title and Escrow, and Synergy Title, I want to bring to you one of my favorite topics that I think is probably more relevant this week than ever: how to defeat Zillow and stay relevant in our digital era. Thanks, Kev, for doing the slides. If anybody needs any slides, GIFs, marketing, any fun digital or graphic design work, reach out to us. Let us know. We got a good connection for you. Most of you guys I know. Those of you that I do not, I have been in real estate for 10 years now. I've been a single agent. I ran a really big team, ran a couple of really big offices, almost 200 agents, an investor, a flipper, and now my sole purpose is with Apex Training, Trident Title, Performance Title, and Synergy Title, is to just deliver value to you guys, help you grow your business so that we can grow our business. We know if you do more deals, we're going to get more deals from you. That way it is a win-win. So if you have not figured out the schedule yet, I know it's been tough, but it is every Monday at 11 o'clock. I do a new topic. So block that on your calendar, at least for the rest of the year right now. That's the plan while we are still not really able to do in-person stuff. So every Monday, 11 o'clock, the rest of the way, we got some great topics for you. So hope you can tune into that. Let's talk about the most fun subject. Anybody that's known me for more than a couple of weeks knows how much I hate Zillow. So I'm excited to do this class. It's probably going to be a little longer than normal. Normally I have you out in 30, 40 minutes, so it might be a little longer. So if you got to go, I understand. I will do the recording and send it to you guys. And this is one I get really passionate about because at my age, I'm 32, for those of you that I don't know. There's a real threat on our industry, and I don't want to be out of this industry. It's given me everything I have. All the people that are important to me in my life have came from real estate. So I don't want something like Zillow to take that from me. So I'm a Zillow hater. So I created the hashtag Defeat Zillow. We've been using that, having some fun with that. And today we are going to talk all about Zillow. I'm going to talk a little bit about things that they do well, because there's a lot we can learn from a company like Zillow. A little bit about the things they don't do so well. We're going to talk about a strategy that I came up with to beat them. And then at the end, the last 4 or 5 slides, I'm going to give you like really specific content ideas and like exact search terms and things you need to use in your listings, your websites, your videos to make sure that you can beat Zillow. So hang in there till the last minute if you possibly can. And hopefully you guys are going to learn something today. So I think it's important to understand Zillow, that you really know the timeline. I will tell you, I got into real estate, like I said, about 10 years ago. So about 2010, the market was pretty much at the bottom of the bottom. My first deal ever, I did a really big deal, double-sided it, and got a big fat commission check. And magically, what happened was the next day I got a phone call from someone at Zillow. Of course, I thought they were trying to help me because I'm stupid. Turns out they were just trying to sell me something. And I got sucked into the Zillow web for $9,000 a month on a year contract for Zillow leads. And ever since, I've kind of been a hater. So, but I think it's important that you know the real Zillow timeline, not just my timeline of them. So I put together this for you. I just think it's important to understand because it kind of makes sense for the future to see what they've been trying to do. So 2005, a guy named Rich Barton and a guy named Lloyd Frink decide that they want to revolutionize how people search for homes. And in the beginning, they really made it sound like they're really trying to help the consumer. At the end of the day, they're trying to put real estate agents out of business and make money on the commission, because that is one of the only spreads that's left to beat up, right? The finance industry has been beat up and regulated over the years and tightened. The title industry that we're in, same thing, right? Beat up and tightened. So there's not much more profit to squeeze out of those things. However, the big chunk, the biggest chunk of profit on a real estate deal is the real estate agent. It's you and me. So yes, I work for title, but at the end of the day, truthfully, I always have a real estate agent hat on because that's just kind of who I am. So when we look at this and we really see that people are looking at our industry and really realizing where they can squeeze money and it's coming out of our pockets, that bothers me. So 2006, they launch. And 1 million users flocked to Zillow in the first 72 hours. 1 million users in 3 days. And right away, they think, oh my God, we got this. We're onto something. 2 years later, they launched the mortgage marketplace right away. So right now, they're already trying to tighten up. That's right when the financial industry tightened up as well. Right after the big crash, finance was the first thing to tighten up. So of course, Zillow is going to jump on that. Then they added rentals, because what happened in 2006, 7, and 8? Everyone was losing their houses. Credit was short sales. So what happened? People needed to rent. So Zillow added rentals because they knew, okay, we can cut real estate agents out of rentals and make half or a whole of a first month's rent and service the consumer. 2011, they service or they launch ratings and reviews for agents. And all of us agents got so excited. Yes, they're going to show who's the best of the best. Really, all that did for them was give them a reason to sell us more stuff. 2011, later that year, after they launched that, magically they go public under the symbol Z. And if you ever follow Zillow, they lose money pretty much all the time. They haven't turned a profit for a year in their existence. 2015, they acquire Trulia. Zillow was number one. At the time, Trulia was number two. They raise enough money and they buy it. 2017, they start rolling out instant offers. This is really the beginning of cutting the real estate agent out, because they say, you know what, if you want an offer on your house, forget about the real estate agent, forget about the buyer. We're going to give you an offer. And they launched it in a couple of markets. I'm even friends with some of the people that they rolled it out with. Kenny Kloss out in Arizona, Lori Reeder down in Fort Lauderdale. These are two people that are good friends of mine that got in with them real early and rolled this plan out. 2018, they become a mortgage lender. Before they had the mortgage marketplace, 2018, they buy a company that allows them to become a mortgage lender. And then all of a sudden, Skynet and Cyberdyne and everybody comes together, and September 23rd, 2020 is Judgment Day. And what happens? They finally tell us all that they have officially acquired a brokerage, and starting on January 1, 2021, Zillow opens their brokerage. And of course, they are claiming, oh, it's just to service the sellers that they have for the iBuyers now. And that's how it'll start. But they're a publicly traded company, and very quickly they're going to realize that isn't going to make any money. Because if you've ever worked with investors as a real estate agent, it's very difficult to make money. You make it all on the buy. Very rarely do you make anything on the sell. So they announced they're going to do this, and they're going to open in only a couple of markets and then spread very quickly after that. So January 1, coming up a couple months away, they roll out their brokerages in Atlanta, in Phoenix, and in Seattle. And South Florida is supposed to be, who knows, but it's supposed to be in the second round of rollouts that could come later next year. A little bit scary. So let's talk about their strengths, what they do well, because when we're analyzing a competitor, whether it's boxing, hockey, or whatever sport or thing you're into, everybody has a strength, and we need to figure out what those are, talk about them, and understand them if we really want to beat them. So let's talk first about money. One of Zillow's strengths is money, and they get that money from two places, three really, venture capital, number one, number two, selling, going public, and number three, us. So like I said earlier, I have been one guilty of feeding Zillow in the past, over $90,000, to be honest with you. And I am quite disgusted by that, but it's the truth. And I like to be transparent about it because I think that helps. So one of their strengths is money. Seems like they can never not raise money, even when they're not profitable. They're never profitable, yet they just keep rolling in the money from the real estate agents, the mortgage brokers, the real estate brokers, the offices, the MLSs. They get paid left and right from all these people. And then they say, hey, we got the industry behind us. They go to the street and they raise more money. So money is one thing that they definitely have over us. And the truth is, if all of us on this call put all of our assets together and really gambled and optioned it out, we couldn't compete with them on the money side no matter what. So money definitely a strength of Zillow. Number two, big data. We give it to them, so we really can't blame anybody but us. We give it to them, and they have data scientists and computer scientists that just aggregate data and put it together. So they have big data on their side for sure. Tech, with all that money comes smart people, and with smart people comes new technology. If you ever see real estate website technologies, they roll out first on Zillow, and then everybody else tries to copy them. So very quickly they roll out the tech, and then all of a sudden other companies are saying, oh my God, how do we do that? How do we make it better? They're first to market with almost every search technology that there is. And that's why they stay dominant. Similar to Uber, right? Regardless of what you think of Uber, if you like them or not, Uber was first to market. So they still have a heck of a market share over Lyft, even though a lot of people think Lyft or some of the other ride sharing apps are better, but Uber was first to market. Same with Zillow, first to market. So they kind of dominate that space. Lead capture. They are damn good at lead capture. And as real estate agents, we all have something to learn from that. And I'm going to teach you some of the exact strategies that they use later and really even show you how to beat them at their own game with that. But they're really good at lead capture. If they were good at selling real estate, they would have been in the brokerage game a long time ago, but they're good at getting leads, and they're good at money because they capture those leads and then they sell them back to us so they make money. So two of their strengths are just because of us. Marketing, again, with money comes marketing. And marketing dollars means marketing spend, and spend means they get to attract more people. So you see Zillow commercials, you see local Zillow ads, you see Facebook ads, you see them retargeting you. They retarget me all the time. I use Zillow pretty regularly to look at FSBOs and to look for flips, and I get retargeted by them all the time. So marketing is something they're good at. Creative, meaning the content, the copy, the creative people that they have working. They're always front of the line with that. An SEO ranking, which means they come up high on the search. If you search for a property, if you just type in an address on whatever street or house or whatever you're looking for, you just type that in on Google, every time the first one that comes up is Zillow, because they have the power of SEO, which means they have the power of data. They take all the data from all the MLSs, which is really from us, right? We, myself included, so don't take this personally, but we're stupid enough as realtors to give them all the data. So they take it and then they outrank us and they beat us in our own game. So these are some of the strengths. As you can see, I'm already 14 minutes in and I'm already fired up. It's going to be a good day. Zillow's weaknesses. This is where we can pounce on them. Money. The good thing about them, if you noticed before, we talked about one of their strengths is money. One of the bad things that we have going for us is we can cut some of that off, and eventually their investors are going to demand a return. And them being not profitable every quarter, every half, every year, eventually at some point, people are going to say, screw this, we're out of here. We're not investing in this anymore. And they're going to stop getting venture capital, and they're going to stop selling stock, and they're going to stop crushing Wall Street, and they're going to have no money left. Or eventually they're going to go bankrupt, or people are going to be sick of taking a loss. So we can control that. And eventually that is going to go our favor as long as they don't win first. Next, hyper-local data. We talked about strengths. One of the strengths was big data. They do not have hyper-local data. They do not know where the best dog park is in West Palm. They do not know the little nicknames and the little areas of neighborhoods. They do not know the little pockets that are good, or the little pockets that are in the tax benefit zones right now, in the opportunity zones. They don't know where new little development is coming up. They don't know where people are turning neighborhoods around and flipping and renovating. They don't know where the hottest new restaurant is going to be next week. They don't know that. We have something on our side, and we're going to talk about how we use that a little bit later. Relationships. They don't have what we have. They do not have boots on the ground yet. We know that next year they might. As early as the middle of next year, they might have boots on the ground in person in our area. And if we allow them to take those relationships as well, then we're done. They do not have relationships. You guys have them. We have the best realtors in the world down here because we have the best relationships in the world. We need to keep those together. And if not, we are going to be out of here. Content. If you really look at the content on Zillow, it sucks, because the only content they have is what they can steal from the MLS or what they can steal from realtors that give them or make it public. We can beat the crap out of them in content. I've seen a lot of you guys with amazing videos, ads, flyers, marketing. You guys can win. We can win in content because we know the area. We can do that personal. Local marketing, they don't have that. We talked about that a little bit already, but they do not have that. And until they put boots on the ground, they won't. So we need to defeat them now. They don't have niches, right? They can't afford that, but they don't care. They don't care about working the first-time home buyers. They don't care about working the VA, right? And helping our veterans that have helped us and gotten our country to where we are. They don't have the vacation buyers. They don't have the golf course buyers. They don't have the niches figured out yet. They will at some point, but they don't have that yet. We still have an edge. And they don't have local SEO ranking. And one of the strengths we talked about was they have big. So if you type in a specific address, or if you type in West Palm Beach homes for sale, we're going to lose, right? But we're going to talk about some ways to beat them in SEO coming up. 17 minutes in, really fired up. Here we go. All right, why Zillow works. A couple of stats. NAR says that 94% of real estate searches start online. So of course, in the last 20 years, with everything that's gone on with the internet and technology really ramping up, 94% of searches start online. So people want to go somewhere online to be able to start their search. Then the most valuable thing, this is right off the NAR survey. You can get this right from them. The most valuable thing that they say buyers get from the internet is the photos and the videos. They don't care about the information. They don't care about the price. They want the photos and the videos. And we give that to Zillow. We hand it to them. We check that box in the MLS that says, yes, send my stuff to Zillow and put me out of business. We don't need to do that, but we do it. Next, NAR says that buyers claim the most important thing to them, once they've seen the pictures or the videos, is to do a drive-by or to schedule a viewing. And we allow Zillow to do that to us too. And then if we want those leads back, we allow them to sell them back to us so we can beat that. all these reasons that we just talked about is why we're losing. We give them all of our data, all of our money, all of our photos, all of our videos, the control of how to show and view the property. We give it all to Zillow. The people that are trying to take us out of the game, we're handing it to them. So it's time for a change. This is my first and only political post of 2020. We're going to defeat Zillow in 2020. So how do we beat them? The only way I can think that we beat them is with art. And I love the little Mona Lisa with a KN95, whatever it's called, mask on them. Art, this is my strategy to beat Zillow. Write this down. ART, as simple as it gets. A, attract leads. R, raise interest. And T, take action. If we can do these three things, we can defeat Zillow. So we're going to talk a little bit about all three of these, and then we're going to really get into some specific examples. So attract leads, number one. We already said that Zillow is really good at attracting leads. And most of the time, some of us on this call even are buying them right back from Zillow. And no judgment. You got to do what you got to do to feed your family. And if you're paying Zillow and you're getting a return on your money, I don't blame you. I get it. I understand. I did it too. I get it. However, we have to learn to attract our own leads. And if we don't, there's going to be a day where we don't have the option to do that. So we need to learn how to attract leads. There's three ways we do that. Number one is with SEO, search engine optimization. The people that thought that Google were a joke are long gone and a lot poorer than Google is right now. It's not going away. Search engine optimization is not going away. As long as people can search from the palm of their hand or from any internet connected device within 10 seconds, or within 2 seconds, really, forget about 10, SEO is not going away. This is not a fad. It's not a trend. If you cannot learn and understand how to be optimized in a search engine and how to be found, you are going to be irrelevant. Maybe now, maybe in a couple of years, maybe in 10 years. But if you cannot learn this and don't want to learn this, you are not going to be in this business in probably 5 years. Next is content. Another way to attract leads is content. If you're not going to produce some kind of good content, you're not going to be in business. And some of that content comes from listings, right? It comes from buyers and sellers. And some of it comes from being the local expert and just understanding that if you live in Jupiter, you probably know better spots to hang out, to drink a beer, to eat a dinner, to take your dog, to go to the vet, to go to a hair salon, to get your laundry done in Jupiter than Zillow does. And if you don't exploit that and use that to your advantage because you live in Jupiter and you've been good at it, you're not going to win. So we need to learn how to create good content. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And consistency. Zillow is good at consistency. Why do you think? A, they have a bunch of money. B, they have a bunch of people, and C, it's a business. If people showed up to Zillow headquarters every day in Seattle and said, I don't want to work, we're not going to be consistent, they wouldn't be where they are today. And as real estate agents, one of the favorite reasons we get into real estate, I did this myself, and John and I joke about this all the time, is because it's so magical to not have a schedule. But the problem is when you don't have a schedule, usually you don't have much of a business. And while as real estate agents, we don't have a schedule, right? We don't have to punch the clock at 9, punch it out to pee or go to the bathroom or eat lunch and then punch it back out at 5. If we don't have some sort of a schedule where we are consistently attracting leads and working on SEO and working on content, we're most likely not going to be in the business, right? Every year, a third of our business turns over. And usually it's because of the bottom one. There's no consistency in them. So they're out. So we need to learn how to work SEO and content and do it consistently if we want to defeat Zillow. Next is we need to raise interest. What Zillow does really well is they tempt you. They show you some pictures and then you have to log in. Or they say, if you want more information, you got to call one of their people. We have to do that in our own way. We need to tease people with our marketing, not just give everything we have out there. We need sexy photos. We need appealing videos. This means professional photos and videos. It doesn't mean turning your iPhone 2 sideways, taking a picture, throwing one picture on the MLS and putting a sign in the yard and hoping that it sells. It means we need to take nice pictures. We need to make appealing videos that appeal to people that want to buy that house, that area, that price point, that neighborhood, that school district. We need to have more information than Zillow does. They can pull all the public records stuff. So if you don't know anything more than the public records, you are not going to defeat Zillow. One question we always used to ask our sellers, and this was the best local knowledge ever, is we would ask the seller every time if we were working with a listing or a potential listing, at the end of the standard questionnaire and measuring the rooms and how many beds and how many baths and what's the lot size and blah, 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 we would ask them, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, why did you buy the house? And they never would say, well, because it's 1,362 square feet and the bedroom is 12 by 10. They'd say, because you know why? Look at this. When you walk in the front door and you see this view, you know, it made me happy. Or my kid could ride his bike to school, or my daughter could do this, or my dog could do that. or my spouse and I could do this or whatever. They gave us some kind of information that was local information from a real person, not something that was scraped by a nerd from the tax records. Sorry if any of you are data scraping nerds, no hard feelings. Local knowledge, we talked about that, and testimonials and reviews. We can tease people by showing them that we've worked with other people. We've been a success before. We all do this when we're going to go to a new restaurant, when we're going to travel somewhere, when we're going to do something new. We look for testimonials and reviews. If you haven't done it through COVID, you have got to be lying, right? Did we not look and say, okay, where can we get the best takeout? Where can we go because I really want to get Chinese? What bar is open so we can go to a happy hour? Where can we go to the beach and not be within 6 feet of people? We looked for testimonials and we looked for reviews. People are doing for the same thing. And if we don't tease them with something good, we're not going to go. Has anybody ever thought about going to a new restaurant and you say, well, I'm between two, and you look at the reviews and one review is just positive. It has 5 stars and it says the food was good. And you think, all right, maybe that's a good one. And then the other review is 5 stars and there's a novel that somebody wrote. And they said, as soon as I walked in, the hostess was great and she sat me down and she was really nice. And then, when we got there, the menu, look at this, we got a shrimp cocktail, and they put a teaser picture of this monster shrimp with a big chunk of cocktail sauce and ice and lemon. You say, oh my God, I want that. And then for happy hour, we sat at the bar and we got a lobster roll and we want that. They teased us. They gave us a review, right? They raised our interest. This is the R in art. They raised our interest. They made us want to go there over something else. They made us want to work with an agent over somebody else. They made us want to buy a house over somebody else. They use testimonials and reviews as leverage. And then we make them take action. In general, realtors, all of us, I'm speaking for myself too, we suck at this. We're not good at this. We're good at preparing. We're good at taking pictures. We're good at making sure our Facebook looks pretty. We're good at having a website. We're good at scavenging social media for every political meme we can possibly find, but we're not always great at taking action. And what happens is I did this over the weekend with some screenshots just to test. I called some of the agents on Zillow on a whole bunch of different random properties. Now I have the MLS. I could have set up a showing and went myself, but I just wanted to see what happened. Called some people, requested showings, and of 10 that I tried to do, still at this point, it's 11:25 a.m. on Monday, and showings that I requested over the weekend for myself to buy a house and spend money, still 3 out of 10 only got back to me. Nobody took action. And I don't care if they were at the beach, if they were at brunch or what they were doing, they didn't take action. And as realtors, if we're not going to take action, we're not going to make any money. And if you're not going to make any money, this is probably not the most fun business to be in. It's stressful as all hell if you haven't figured that out yet. If we're not going to take action, we're not going to make money, we're not going to be here. So we need to call them. We need to text them. We need to email them. We need to Zoom them. We need to send a carrier pigeon. We need to do whatever we need to do to get them face-to-face ASAP. We know that the stats said that 94% of these people are going to start their search online, and they just want to see a few pictures and videos, and then they want to go see the property. So we need to get them face to face. That's where we can build that relationship. That's where we can share local knowledge. That's when we can connect them to the lender or the title company that's going to help them do the best job they can to buy or sell a house. That's where we can help them face to face, not screen to screen, not pulling the data from the tax record, sending it to them in a boring email and hoping that they work with us over the other 46,000 agents. We need to get them face to face. We need to take action. That's where we can shine. That's where we can sell them something. Has anybody bought a car recently? There's 1 or 2 websites that do it good online. Everybody else, all they want to do is close you to get into the dealer, because they know if they get you face to face, they're going to relate with you. They're going to find out your pressure points and they're going to sell you something. Whether it's a Kia or a Ferrari, if they get you face to face, they're going to sell you something. It's the same in our business. It's a much harder sale in real estate too, right? We're not just trying to match a monthly payment for 5 years of the cheapest thing we can get off the lot to be able to commute to work. We're helping people invest or divest, get out of it, in the most expensive asset, most likely that anyone will ever own. We need to get face-to-face to do that and not just be playing on social media if we want to beat Zillow. If not, let them take our business and let's just roll over and die. If we want to make some money and we want to help these people and we want to defeat Zillow, we need to get them face-to-face. So we need to do the ART method. Attract leads, raise the interest, and then take action and get them face-to-face. All right. Some easy steps that we can take. Everyone on this call can do everything I'm about to talk about. I want you to either write these down or scratch them onto your skin or do whatever you have to do. Write them in lipstick on a napkin. Do something and take action on these today. If you want to be in business next year when Zillow comes knocking on our doors here in South Florida, because everybody wants to live here, if you guys want to still be in business and defeat Zillow, you need to take action on these steps today. Every one of these things I promise you guys can do. And if not, connect with Melissa Kidwell, Gab Bryce, Dave Ward, Tracy Sender, or myself, and we'll help you. We'll do a one-on-one with you to make sure you can do these. I made these as easy as possible, but if not, we will get with you on a call, a Zoom, whatever. We will take action and get face-to-face with you and help you figure this out. So write these steps down. Number one, stop funding the beast. If you are paying Zillow right now, stop doing it. If you're putting listings on the market and checking the box that says syndicate everything to Zillow, stop doing it. Stop funding the beast. Stop fueling the beast. Stop giving them the money that you work for. You're taking it out of your own family's pockets, putting it into corporate and knocking us down. Quit doing it. Stop funding the beast. Next, use their tools against them. Build your profile out. Build your team out. We're going to talk about reviews later. But if you don't have a Zillow Pro account already right now, it's free. You don't need to pay for it. Get on there and build your profile. Write a bio. Put your information, your website, your social. Let people find you on Zillow and then get them off there without making them any money. Very simple to do. You can do this in 5 minutes. You log on to Zillow or Trulia. They're the same company now, by the way. It's called Zillow Group. Log on there. Go to the spot that says for pros. Make an account with your real estate email, not sexyflrealtor2613@gmail. Whatever your professional business account is, put your website on there and build this profile and beat them. Next, build a database that's stronger than theirs. We've talked a little bit about this, but the only thing Zillow has is what's public information. They have what's the tax records. They have what the customers give them, a phone number, an email, a name. Sometimes the name is Mickey Mouse, right? But they have a name, a phone number, and an email, and then they have the public records or the tax records. If your database doesn't have more than that, they win. They have more money than you and all of us combined. So build a database that's stronger than theirs. Find out what Susie Q's pet's name is and get that on your database. And next time you pop by or you meet them or you do something, stop at Petco and get a 99-cent bone for their dog. And all of a sudden your database is stronger than theirs. Zillow can't do that. They don't know about their dog. They don't know about their fish, about their kids' soccer game, about where they work, about what they do, where they play, where they go to dinner, where they go to the bar. They do not know that. We can know that. Most people give up that information, very easily on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on any social that you follow them on, TikTok, whatever. They give us that. So we need to build our database stronger than theirs. We can do that easily. Every one of you guys can do that. Next, we need to create location-based content and landing pages. Palm Beach County Homes for Sale does not work. And if that's your domain name, no hard feelings. I get it. I've had ones too. We need to create more. We need to come up with something that's local, that is location-based, a landing page where people can land on our website, on our landing page, on our social, on our YouTube channel, on something that's a little bit about an area. So pick the area that you live in, that you work in, that you play in, or if you're a new agent, pick an area that you want to live in, work in, or play in, and become the master of that area. Make location-based content. So if you wanted to pick downtown West Palm, it will cost you precisely $0 to go to downtown West Palm and make content every day. I guess your gas and your time, but other than you can ride your bike or walk. Get to downtown West Palm and do videos every day. If you haven't been to West Palm lately, it's amazing. They renovated that, whatever. It's now Rosemary Square. There's all new restaurants. There's all new bars. There's all new shopping. There's all new stuff to do. There's co-working spots and new construction and new takeovers, and things are out of there. Things are coming in every day. You can create location-based content for free. If you're with a broker that provides you a website, you can create those landing pages for free. If not, we have an amazing product called Sync. We could help you get on there. It's not the cheapest thing, but it's the best in the market right now. If you want that, we could help you make that. You could even use the Google website tool that we talked about in a class a couple months ago to build these things. Whatever brokerage you're at, you have some sort of web solution. Even the MLS provides some stuff now that you can use. So create location-based content and landing pages. There's 95 people on the call. I would love to see 95 pieces of content from all over Palm Beach County or Broward or Dade or wherever people are. I know we have people down to the Keys, and I think I even saw my buddy Susan, who's probably still in Boston right now. You can create content everywhere, right? So let's create some location-based content and landing pages. We need to stir the pot. A lot of you guys still aren't doing this. The MLS has had this technology since the MLS existed to send out daily emails with what's going on. Zillow does such a good job at this. Look at these that I got just from testing and messing around at Zillow. Look at this. One of them, 3:56 in the morning. Why the heck they're sending me stuff at then? I have no freaking clue. I have no idea how they curated this. I'm not looking for a rental in Fort Lauderdale. I'm not looking to live on Sunrise Ave in a studio. I have no idea how they curated this stuff, but they stir the pot every day. I get emails from Zillow every single day. Hey, we found new recommendations. Here's 9 homes you might like. Here's 10 homes I thought you might like. Here's new FSBOs in the area. Every single day they're stirring the pot. And if I'm really looking for something, if I really am thinking about buying or selling, I might not want to talk to someone, but when Zillow pops in my email at 3:56 in the morning, I might look at it. And yes, the MLS does this automatically, but when they write the email, the bodies of the email, the way they send it, it feels like they curated it for me, even though we know they did not. Okay, I am well aware no one was up at 3:56 in the morning thinking about me. No one does that. However, we can make it appear that we can do that. Right? We need to stir the pot every day. Send them listings, call them, send them the link to your website, get them on your app, do something to stir the pot every day. Zillow does it so well that there's no way you cannot know Zillow is in the world. Once, if you've ever connected to Zillow in any way, they know that they're going to stir the pot and they're going to try and draw you back in. And we can do that too. All of our apps have that. Wherever brokerage you're at, it doesn't matter. You have something that can do that. The MLS can do it. We have it through our title app, which is amazing. Could generate leads through there. We need to stir the pot every single day. Next, give them something they can log into, search, and save on their own. Zillow makes it easy to do, right? Just by a show of hands, or I guess it would be by a show of chat. In the chat, if you have some solution that you have buyers and sellers on right now that they can log in and search on their own, I just want you to type in yes. So if you're using, this is the portal in the MLS. If you don't know what that is, take Patty Mander's class in the MLS about the portal. This is your own website that they can log into. This is your broker website, your broker app, whatever it is. If you have something that someone can log into every day and search and save without you, I want you to type yes in the chat. If you do not have that, you need to get on and figure out how the heck to do that right now. Because if you're not using this at a high level, you're missing out. Every single client that you meet with, even if they're 6 months out, they have a crappy budget, they have no credit, and we don't think they're ever going to buy or sell a house, get them on something that at 3 in the morning when they're awake thinking about real estate and you're asleep, they can get on and they can play around and they can log in and they can search and they can check things out. And then tomorrow you can follow up with them and say, hey man, the heck were you doing up at 3 a.m. looking at rentals in West Palm? Who knows? But you're stirring the pot and you're giving them something that they can do on their own. And if they're not using yours, they're using somebody else's. So get them on yours now. Don't wait. Every client that you have in the pipeline, I want you to go through today, tomorrow, now, and make sure they have a way and they know how to do it. And don't just assume that they can do it. Call them, text them, email them, and say, hey, set up this portal for you. I set this up in the app. I just want to see if you're using it. If not, let me take action, get face-to-face, and hang out with you and show you how to do it. Meet me in the conference room, Starbucks, the bar, Zoom, whatever. Figure out a way that you can help them, because if not, they're going to go around you and they're going to use Zillow. Use their systems against them. Zillow has something called the media room. How many people know about Zillow's media room? If you know and use Zillow media room, write yes in the chat. Zillow media room. How many people know about that? If you don't, say no. If you do, say yes. Because I will tell you, in my experience from talking about this and just testing this with some agents just over the past couple days and messing around with it myself, literally not one person knew about it. And now I have 50 people in the chat saying they don't know about it. Good. I'm going to give you the link for it later. I'm going to teach you how to use their systems against them. You have to be able to look at what they do. And no matter how much we hate Zillow, your number one source of resource or your number one source of data right now and research for building out real estate content should be Zillow, because they're kicking all of our butts. If you can't go on there and do some research and look at a product that's better than what we do as realtors, no offense, I'm one too, but they beat the crap out of us. We need to go on there and figure out what they're doing that's good, and then we can copy it, right? We can rip it off and duplicate it. We can do it. Get and reward reviews. One reason that they do really well is because they encourage the reviews. We can do that as well, right? So if you're not getting reviews from every transaction, whether it's a $850 rental or an $8 million sale, you're missing the boat. And reward the people for giving the reviews because they don't want to do it and they don't care. And if you don't get it right before closing or right at closing, it's now an annoyance to these people. And it's not that they don't want to help you or didn't think you did a great job, but if they're not being rewarded, you're not going to get anything for it. Restaurants, a lot of restaurants do a really great job at this. They'll say, hey, fill out the survey and get XYZ, right? Or look at the receipt. On the bottom of the receipt is a link to tell us how the server did. If you go on there and fill it out, even if you say the server was crap, you will get a free appetizer or a free drink or 2-for-1 dinners. They do a great job of rewarding people that give them reviews so they can make their business better. Do the same thing. Get online, go to Dunkin' Donuts. If you don't know this, they have branded gift cards. You can buy branded gift cards on Dunkin' Donuts for a whopping $2 each that you can reload. So anytime someone gives you a referral, give them one of your branded Dunkin' gift cards, or if you like Starbucks or whatever, give them a branded gift card that you can reload. And every time they give you a referral, reload that thing. You know they're going to keep doing it. If people are spending $7 a day on coffee and you take care of their coffee supply for a week just because they gave you a name and a phone number, they're going to do it. So reward them somehow for giving you reviews, whether it's coffee, a night out, an event, whatever it is. Come up with something that's you, make it tied to your brand or who you are as a person, and reward them for giving you reviews. Zillow does it, so why shouldn't you? And last but not least, before we dive into the specific examples of content, it's time on task over time. If you start today, Monday, October 5th, 2020, by Wednesday, October 7th, 2020, we are not going to have Zillow beat. However, if you commit to all the stuff we just talked about, you can beat them and you can get your unfair share. The truth is, it doesn't matter in Palm Beach County or wherever you're at. I only know the stats for Palm Beach because I'm a nerd, but the Palm Beach stats are 2,000 houses roughly sell every single week, whether the market's good, bad, up, down, left, right, sideways, underwater, in a recession. It doesn't matter. 2,000 houses a week sell down here. For most of us, if we did one of those per week, we're going to make more than we've ever made. For a lot of us, if we did one of those a month, we're going to be fine. And we're going to live how we want to live, most likely 6-figure plus income, doing whatever we want in one of the best places to possibly live in the country and in the world. So figure out how you can put some time on task over time. Now, I want to give you some tricks and some little things that you can do to defeat Zillow quicker. So these are tested ideas from myself, from my own ads, from agents that I work with. There's some search tricks. There's some website tricks. There's just little things that will help you beat Zillow. And if you have questions, I'll stay on at the end of this. We're almost done, but don't bail out on me yet. So hyperlocal is what's going to defeat Zillow. If you search right now, Palm Beach County homes for sale, Zillow wins. And then who comes in second? Trulia. Third, Realtor.com. Fourth is usually either Keller Williams or Redfin. Fifth is usually Remax. Sixth is usually the other of Keller Williams and Redfin. Seventh is usually Century 21. Something in those order come up every time if we search Palm Beach County homes for sale. You are never going to beat Zillow in that. All of us combined don't have enough money or enough data to beat them. However, this is a good one. So, it's an area south of Southern in West Palm. It's like a trendy little area that people are buying stuff up like crazy right now. That area, So homes for sale, So homes with a pool, Zillow doesn't even know that exists or where that is. And you will win on that every single time. Next, I was looking at one of these for myself. This is the only reason I know this. Lantana condos with a boat slip. You win every time. Zillow is not beating that. However, Lantana real estate for sale, you're never winning. So knock these things down into smaller, more hyper-local categories and you can win. Here's a list of all things that you can do to beat Zillow. All of these are very specific, tested in my own ads and with agents that I work with. SEO that can defeat Zillow. One-story homes for sale in XYZ neighborhood. So one-story homes for sale in Northwood. Houses for sale in Wellington with a pool. Homes for rent in downtown West Palm. Homes for sale on the Intracoastal. Golf course condos in Jupiter. New homes for sale in wherever. So that's new construction. Best real estate agent in whatever town or area. Top real estate agent in, same thing, town, area. Some kind of homes for sale in the XYZ area. Ranch homes for sale. Victorian, historic, classic, whatever. Townhomes for sale in certain areas. All these things are SEO strategies to beat Zillow. Now, one of the tricks that I like, Zillow can defeat Zillow. And they teach you how to defeat Zillow, just people don't use it. Zillow.mediaroom.com. It is all of Zillow's stats, information, tracking, marketing that Zillow uses for Zillow to beat you. And they share it all the time. So this is an article that I pulled. I just screenshotted the graph because the article was too long to put on here and to read out. This is a screenshot of words that they use in SEO and words that they use in listing descriptions that are outperforming other listings. So in places that had a steam shower, if they wrote in the words steam shower in the listing and made content around that, it was 29% more likely to get a hit than the ones that didn't write that. Professional appliances, pet oven, pet shower, pizza, not pet oven, I'm sorry, that was terrible. Pizza oven, pet shower, outdoor kitchen, entertainer, shed, whatever, all these other things. Zillow.mediaroom.com releases all the time their studies, what's working for them, what ads are working, what SEO is working. So just go on here every once in a while, look at it, see what they're doing, and then do it yourself. And you have an opportunity to beat Zillow that way. In summary, Zillow sucks. Let's beat them. Let's keep our profession together. Let's make more money. And let's defeat these guys before they defeat us. If you want the replay, reach out to whoever got you on the call, Melissa Kidwell, Gab Bryce, Tracy Sender, Dave Ward, or myself. Please keep sending us deals, because as long as you guys are sending us deals and defeating Zillow, then we get to stay in business and we get to keep doing these things for you. You guys for real have been great. So thank you all. I know a lot of you guys have been on these calls every week with us since March. So for real, we appreciate it. All of you that have already sent deals, thank you so much. For those of you that haven't yet, if this call doesn't get you off the fence and help you, I got nothing. I mean, I don't know what else to do. So please continue to send us deals if you already are, and try us out if you haven't. We're fun. We do informative calls, and we'll get your stuff closed. Coming up Thursday, if you've never been on one of our Better Call Paul classes, they're a bunch of fun. We have the man himself, Paul Krasker, who comes on every Thursday and gives his time. This guy bills at like $450 an hour, and he gives us an hour every week for free. So we pick a different topic. Usually it's something that I'm seeing in offices or that agents are asking us questions about or having trouble with, that we talk about every single week. Sometimes it's only 15, 20 minutes. Sometimes it's a little longer, but it's every Thursday, always at 4 o'clock. This week, we're talking about the condo rider, because we're seeing a lot of issues with HOAs and condos and co-ops right now. And we want to make sure we get you guys the information on that correctly. Next Monday, 1 week from today, same time, same place, we'll send you a new link, but same time, how to build a business on new construction. If you don't follow new construction in general, it makes up 9% of the market. And new construction is booming right now. However, regardless of if you're red or blue or who you like, we have an election coming up that could be scary. Actually, let's just be real. Whatever side you're on, it's scary. And it's coming up, right? And the first thing that takes a hit in the marketplace is always new construction. And what you see often when new construction starts getting scared is they start offering out deals and discounts and benefits and bonuses to realtors and buyers. And if you haven't been paying attention, they have been doing that hardcore the last 60 days. So we want to make sure that we're helping you guys build a business with new construction, if that's something that you're into. If you've never done a new construction deal, by the way, it's the bomb. You just walk in with somebody, give them their name, give them your name, and then you're done and you get paid. So it's really great. Easy way to make money. So join us for that. Start using the hashtag DefeatZillow, and we will see you next week. If you have any questions, let us know. If you want the replay, let us know. And thank you all for your time. Have a happy Monday. Hope you had a good day and hope you learned something. Peace.